Every few weeks now, one AI company hands another $100 billion. Nvidia pledged up to $100 billion to OpenAI. OpenAI turns around and spends it on Nvidia's chips. OpenAI also promised Oracle around $300 billion for computing power. And Oracle borrows billions to build it, buying Nvidia chips along the way. If that sounds like money moving in a circle, that's because it kind of is. This year, 4 tech giants plan to spend roughly $700 billion. All of it on AI infrastructure. That's more than the entire Apollo moon program cost, adjusted for inflation. Every single year. So, who is actually paying for all of this? The pattern has an old name: vendor financing. A supplier gives its own customer the money to buy the supplier's product. The sale gets booked as revenue, and revenue makes the stock climb. A higher stock funds the next investment, and around the money goes. Riding this flywheel, Nvidia's market value crossed $4 trillion. OpenAI alone has signed compute deals reported at over $1 trillion. Its revenue last year about $13 billion. That's more than 100 times its annual revenue, committed in advance. And it's losing tens of billions a year, on purpose, betting on scale. None of the players can slow down without the whole loop wobbling. We've run this experiment before, in the 1990s. The internet was brand new, and traffic was supposedly doubling every 100 days. That number was a myth, but everyone repeated it. Telecom carriers raced to bury fiber optic cable across whole continents. Equipment makers like Lucent and Nortel wanted every sale, so they lent their customers the money to buy their own gear. Nortel alone extended billions in loans, much of it unsecured. For a while it worked: record revenues, all-time high stocks. Lucent became the most widely held stock in America. Then in 2000, real demand missed the forecast, and the loop unwound. Carriers collapsed, and Lucent and Nortel never really recovered. WorldCom and Global Crossing went bankrupt in the fallout. The great fiber build-out ended with most of it sitting unlit, dark fiber. But here's the part everyone forgets. The cable outlived the crash. Over the next 2 decades, that dark fiber lit up. It's carrying your streaming right now. The infrastructure was real, only the financing was fantasy. So who's writing today's checks? Mostly the most profitable companies on Earth, out of their own cash. Cash they earn from ads, software, and your subscriptions. But lately, profits alone haven't been enough. Big tech has gone on a bond market borrowing spree. Oracle sold $18 billion of bonds in a single day. Meta built its biggest data center on $27 billion of private credit. Structured so the debt stays off Meta's own balance sheet. Private credit means investment funds, the kind that manage pensions and insurance money. One Wall Street estimate, the build-out needs $800 billion more by 2028. So the honest answer: advertisers, bondholders, pension funds. And indirectly, maybe you. AI construction now carries a striking share of America's economic growth. By some estimates, most of it. Strip that spending out, and the rest of the economy looks a lot thinner. If demand shows up on schedule, this all looks like genius. If it doesn't, the circle unwinds the way it did in 2000. Either way, the data centers, the power plants, and the grid upgrades stay. Though unlike buried glass, chips age fast, obsolete in about 5 years. The whole loop is a bet that customers arrive before the bills do. So next time a $100 billion AI deal crosses your feed, check which direction the money is actually flowing.